Hi everybody, my name is James Spears, and this is my instruction module, Instruction to Searching in EDS at WVU Libraries for English 102. Just some kind of quick background to this program. I am employed at West Virginia University Libraries, and we recently made the switch to Ebsco Discovery Service as our main discovery tool. We noticed some feedback from especially our undergraduate patrons who, may or may not have been as comfortable searching the library in the first place, but basically indicating some confusion with the new tool, that they didn't really understand it. And I figured it would be a good idea to combine the, typical library literacy instruction that is given to English 102 classes at WVU. With instructions specific to Ebsco Discovery Service. That's kind of where the idea and the foundation of this program comes from. And we will begin the program now. Hi everybody, my name is James Spears. Welcome to an introduction to searching in EDS at WVU Libraries for English 102. I know, of course, your professor brought you here this morning, but hopefully everyone can kind of, take a positive learning experience from this session and apply that to your coursework in English 102 this semester. So before we begin, I'd like everyone just to take the pre-assessment that is on their desk. That will ask you some questions, basically gauging your confidence level, searching and doing research using things like discovery tools. So take a few minutes to answer that, and then we will proceed. Okay, so thanks everyone for taking that. So let's kind of go over our introduction and our agenda. My name is James Spears. I'm a librarian at the Downtown Library. And today, like I said, this is an introduction to searching in EDS at WVU Libraries for English 102. So today we will talk about, what the heck even is a discovery tool, using EDS, which is our discovery tool here at WVU, using EDS to find information for your coursework. We'll have an activity and a discussion where we can explore some of these ideas. You all have a chance to hopefully find one or two resources you can use this semester. And then there'll be a post-assessment where you all can kind of reevaluate your new confidence level at the end of this session. So to begin, we'll go over the learning outcomes. So at the end of this session, everyone should be able to demonstrate an increased understanding of library discovery tools, their drawbacks and benefits. Everyone should be able to perform basic search strategies to find and evaluate physical and digital library materials for relevance. And then everyone should be able to navigate the EDS specific interface to manipulate search results and access library materials. So what the heck even is a discovery tool? I'm sure that's a question some of you all are probably having right now. And if we look at it in a way that we're familiar with, I'm sure you all will see it's very similar to things we already use. So library discovery tools are search systems that are meant to provide a Google-like search experience. So if you think about that, they search many different sources all at once. So if you think how Google searches, many different websites, different web pages, and provides you a single list of results, discovery tools do the same thing, but for library resources. So these can be the library catalog or newspaper databases that the library subscribes to, or article databases, any kind of resource. It will take your search terms, search all of them, and then bring back one list of results that you can then go through and find relevant materials. Of course, there are benefits to this. If you don't really know what you're looking for, this is a good place to start. It's very general, very broad. It's going to cast the widest net, and you're going to get the most possible results. One of the drawbacks of this being you will get the most possible results, right? So if you know more specifically what topic you're interested in or what format of material you're interested in, if you want books or if you want journal articles, it will be less efficient to use a discovery tool and more efficient to use a more specific tool like the library's catalog, cat discovery, for physical items, or a specific peer-reviewed database like Academic Search Complete. So that's kind of the foundation of what a discovery tool is. And now we're going to take a closer look at the library's discovery tool, Ebsco Discovery Service, or EDS. So we'll begin here. This is WVU Libraries homepage. You may have been here before. Some of you might not have been here. It might be totally brand new to you. We're going to all start from the same place. So here in the center of the page, you see we have this main search box right here. This is where you're going to start any search at WVU Libraries. So you see we have just general search, search all. We also have books and media, databases, e-journals, and then you can just search the website. We are interested most specifically in the search all. This is our discovery tool right here, Ebsco Discovery Service. So say, for example, I'm doing a research paper on the coal industry in West Virginia, its effect on the state, its future in the state, anything about the coal industry. I might come here and I might search coal industry. Okay, and we can click go, and boom, we are now in EDS right here. So this has searched all the subscriptions that WVU Libraries subscribes to, the WVU Library physical catalog, anything that you might have access to through the library. What we can see is we've cast a very wide net with 5.2 million results. And this is a lot of results. You might be thinking to yourself, there's no way I can go through all of this. My paper is due 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, depending. And you're right, no one could ever go through any of this. It's just way too many. So what we want to do is, take the next step in our process, because searching is a process, and we can start here and start to narrow this down a little bit. So one thing we can do is we can put quotations around coal industry. When you search for a word in the box, 1 or 2 words, it will search for 2 words separately. So this time we're searching for industry and we're searching for coal. But if we want to search for coal industry, we can put quotations around it and search for the phrase coal industry. So let's search that. And now we see we've narrowed it down to 700,000 results. That's a little bit more manageable, but still a little too much, right? And we can see these are a lot more relevant to what we're looking for. So coal industry of China, inside the coal industry, inside the coal industry, coal industry. So we can take that concept from before and search for 2 phrases. So we can search for coal industry and West Virginia. Okay, now we see we have 76,000 results, a lot more manageable than the 5 million we started with, and these are a lot more relevant to what we're looking for. So the heart of Appalachia is on life support, how West Virginia can revive its coal economy in a post-coal era. Coal jobs are already gone in West Virginia, it's coal culture, and we can see with these results, it'll tell us, the title, a brief little description, subjects right here, and then where it's published. So we see this one is published in Rolling Stone. This one has been published in the University of Pittsburgh Law Review. This one has been published in the Business Insider. And from here, we can begin to filter these results. So just like if you've done any shopping on Amazon, say for shoes, for example, and you need to filter by your size and filter by the color you want, we can do the same here. So your professors let me know that the majority of your resources need to be peer-reviewed sources. So we can come up here to our filters, our quick filters, and click peer-reviewed. And that should cut our results down significantly. Yes, so now we have 3,575 results, which is very useful. Say we're interested specifically in articles. We don't want books. We don't want book reviews. What we can do is we can go to source type right here. And we can click on academic journals to limit to academic journals. And we now have 3,382 reviews, much more manageable than the 5 million we started with. And here you can begin to read, the titles, the subjects, the authors, that kind of stuff. So I'm interested in this one: community economic identity, the coal industry, and ideological construction in West Virginia. I will click here. And we see now it gives me more detailed information. So we have the title, the authors, the source, the document type, subject terms, so it lets me know what it's about, and it links me to other resources in EDS that are of the same subject, and then more specifically an abstract. So now that we've filtered down our results from the 5 million to the 3,000, it's very important that we review these sources to make sure they're relevant to what we need. You could very well read this article, right? And if it's something you choose to use, definitely use it. But if you want to review a lot of articles quickly to see maybe which ones are going to be most useful to you, you can scroll down to the details and read the abstract. This is going to be a very quick summary of the article, and if the abstract seems like it's relevant to you, Then you can scroll back up to the top and you can click download, and we will download as PDF. And now I have the PDF of the article. So you could take this article, you could save it to a flash drive, you could email it to yourself, you could print it, and now you've got the article to read for your research. So if we go back, we also can continue the search. And this is where we start to see the drawbacks of a discovery service. So we see we have linked here to coal industry, but that actually broadens our search a little bit. So it's not as well linked as a more specific resource would be. So if we know we're interested in peer-reviewed academic journals, we could use a source like Academic Search Complete, and it would link us to articles that have cited that article, or it would do a smart search for us and bring us, more narrow search terms. So, we've kind of reached the limitations of a size of a source like EDS. Okay, so what we are going to do now, if you all kind of partner off into one or two groups, and we are going to try to work together, and each of you is going to look through EDS and try to find one or two resources that you think could use this semester. Feel free to work, in groups like we said, ask me questions during the activity, and we will come together at the end, talk about our experience, see maybe what challenges we talked about and how we could overcome those in the future. Okay, so I am back. We're stepping out of the lesson right now. This is where the students would break off. They get to do, groups of 1 to 2 to even 3 people, and try to work together and find some resources they could use this semester. The idea of this activity is to give students the opportunity to, use the strategies we just talked about, and also provide them with a resource they can take away from the lesson that they could use in their assignments. So after this lesson's over, we'll come back together. We will talk about the activity. I'll give the students the opportunity to reflect on the choices they made searching, where they made decisions to either search a different term or filter searches, ask them why. And then at the end of this activity, that will be pretty much conclude the lesson, and then the students will take a post-assessment, basically the same assessment they took at the beginning, asking them to kind of gauge their new level of confidence after this lesson. So thank you very much for watching my lesson, and I am looking forward to everyone's feedback.